there was no hope. There was no light at the end of the tunnel. Life depressed, body depressed, every type of depression that you could possibly have is what I had. You tell me this is how I'm going out right now? Like, this is my story? Are we serious? Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Chrysteene if you're new here. And first of all, quick announcement. I am consistent on YouTube as of 3 weeks in a row. Let's give her a hand clap. I'm very happy. Okay, so today's topic is about something that is so dear to my heart. And this is honestly a video that I feel like I wish I would have had when I found out that when I first found out that I got pregnant, and right after I had my kid, even like 2 years after I had my kid. So today's topic is going to be specifically if you are feeling like you ruined your life, you're perfectly fine. If you're feeling like you're not unsure if you want to keep your kid, if you're feeling like there's no way I can continue to do this and I can continue to prioritize myself, I've ruined my chances at my dreams, at my life, I made such a big mistake, this is the video for you, because I am here to assure you that it gets better. All right, so let's get into it. So to catch you guys up on who I am, my name is Chrysteene. I'm 29. I have a son who is going to be 5 this year. And oh my gosh, let's start with my pregnancy story, because honestly, I was like expecting anything but that at the time of my life. So let's rewind. I graduated in May of 2019, and at the time I really wanted to be a makeup artist. So you guys, I was like just knowing that I was going to go to LA and be like a celebrity makeup artist. So I ended up actually going to LA that April, right before I graduated. Didn't really like LA, but I was still like, hey, I'm going to move out there, I'm going to get a job out there, and I'm just going to do like my content and makeup, right? Fast forward, I was a little hot girl that year. That was the year of like Meg Thee Stallion was taking over the nation, right? She was very influential in my life personally. I had just broken up with my boyfriend like the December before that. So this was my first time single in like 4 years, and I'm having the time of my life, okay? And long story short, you know, I was talking to this guy for a little bit okay, it's not funny. I was talking to this guy for a couple months and I ended up getting pregnant. And you guys, this was far from what I ever thought that my life would be, because I was the type of girl that was like, I'm going to be married, my businesses are going to be off of the ground, like I'm going to live in a beautiful home, all of the things, right? Like I thought that I was going to have a picture perfect marriage and love story before having a kid. But when I got pregnant, guys, I felt like my world came crashing down. Like, I kid you not, I felt like I absolutely ruined my life. And I'll be honest with you guys, I 100% was not going to keep my kid. I was like, this does not look like what I thought that it would be. You know, I feel like a failure because me and the dad were not together. You know, we were just at different points in our life. We're just fresh out of college, trying to figure out what we want to do with our life, blase, right? So I'm like, there is no way that I couldn't even believe that I was pregnant. Like, I couldn't even believe that that happened to me, out of all people. Like, out of somebody who was not trying to have that happen to me. Somebody who was in a relationship for 4 years prior, and you tell me this is how I'm going out right now? Like, this is my story? Are we serious? Not Miss MUA, right? So fast forward, my story was honestly the most depressing story in the world, guys. So I found out that I was pregnant. No, this is what happened. So my cousin Chris, who I loved so much, he actually got killed in a car crash. And when I was like crying and like literally breaking down over that, something in my head kept saying, you're pregnant. And I was like, no. I'm thinking that's straight up the devil. Like, I'm like, you're a liar, I rebuke you, all of the things. Like, there's no way I'm pregnant. And 6 days later, guys, I found out that I was pregnant in the midst of like grieving a death. And fast forward from that, I got fired from my job. I was working at Sprint at the time. I literally got fired, y'all, because I was depressed. I was like not showing up fully at work. I was late. We ended up getting a new manager, and I literally ended up getting fired. So I'm like, wow, just a way to kick somebody while they're down. Like at that point, I was like, my life is ruined. And I wasn't with the dad. I was like, this is the worst thing that could have ever possibly happened to a human being. And I just feel like, what did I do to deserve this life? Like, you guys, this is literally what I was thinking. So what's interesting is I actually ended up scheduling an abortion. And not many people know this, but guys, it was a lot going on. It was too much going on for one person to take. And I didn't want to do it, but I was just like, there's no way that I can be a mom. Like, there is no way that this is how I'm about to go out. You know what I mean? I scheduled the abortion. Long story short, there's a lot of details that I'm going to leave out for the sake of just like, it's not the internet's business. But long story short, guys, I ended up not going to the abortion and was just like, okay, I'm just going to keep this kid. And I knew, like, deep in my gut, I knew that it was a boy. Like, everything in me was just like, this is a little boy. Every time someone would say this is going to be a girl, I was like, no, this is like a whole boy up inside of me. Like, me and Khalil instantly besties soon as he was in my stomach, right? So at that point, guys, I had graduated. I'm out of a breakup. I'm not with the child's father. I got fired from my job, and I'm grieving the loss. I'm grieving the loss of the fact that I'm not moving to LA, and that I essentially feel and look like a failure. Like, I had fallen into the trap of so many women in my family, and I felt like I was going to be the one to break the generational curse of not being a baby mama, because that seems to run very rampant in my family. And I just felt like there is no way that I could be anything. During my pregnancy, I felt very disconnected from my son, and I hate that that was my experience, but it just was. I felt very disconnected. I felt very depressed. I was very alone during my pregnancy. It was just like, this is the worst thing that could possibly happen to me, and it's happened. And so this was also during the time of COVID. So I got pregnant in 2019, and this was the time of COVID, to where everything is shut down, and I don't have a job. I'm on unemployment. Like, I don't even get unemployment till like 6 months into my pregnancy. And I'm just like, honestly, guys, I'm in so much disbelief, because it didn't feel like that was really my life. That I was just like, I have ruined my life. Like, I've literally ruined my life. And so after all of that happened, I'm just going to fast forward, because we can be here all day and night going through all the details of the depressing details of pregnancy, but I'm just trying to give you guys a little history of me to know that it has not always been sweet. Fast forward to me having my kid, I was still jobless. I ended up getting an apartment, living there with my son for a year, and I had to move back with my mom after my son was 1, because I couldn't find a job. I'm literally applying to 50, 80, 90 jobs a day, and nothing is coming through. I probably had, I kid you not, guys, I probably applied to like 1,000 jobs. I'm not even exaggerating. And I had 2 interviews. One ghosted me, and the other was just like, it just didn't happen. I don't even remember. This was like 2021, 2022. I really don't remember the details. And so when I had to move back to my mom's, I was like, are we serious? Is this how I go out? I was just on top of the world. And you mean to tell me that this is my life, that I'm a baby mama? He does have an active father. We love that. That I'm a baby mama. That I'm back living with my mom. That I can't find a job. I'm depressed. I've gained all of this weight. And it's like every dream that I possibly had. Mind you, you guys, I thought that I was going to be like, my work was going to be on Vogue and Essence. And I was like applying to internship at Essence and all of this stuff, right? I was going to move to LA, live in the high rise, all of those things. All of this for this to now be my reality. Your girl was depressed, full-blown depressed. there was no hope. There was no light at the end of the tunnel. There was no more dreaming. I just could only see that was so. I was postpartum depressed, life depressed, body depressed. Every type of depression that you could possibly have is what I had. And I was severely isolated at this time of my life. So during that time, I will say that God let all of that happen to lead me to a place of absolute surrender, because I had been doing life however I wanted to, and I was extremely disobedient and just rebellious in my life. And that, all of that went on. It required me to sit down and to pray and to build a relationship with God during that time of my life, because there was no other options. And fast forward, all of that, ended up getting a job, ended up moving back, getting my own place, bounced back from the credit, all of this type of crazy stuff that happened in my life. And I am now at a point to where I feel like I can give you a little bit of advice on how to come back if you've had the most depressing pregnancy story of your life, if you feel like your life is over, if you feel like you've ruined it for yourself. Literally, girl, life is just beginning, and it's only going to end if you want it to end, but it can also get so good if you just have faith and you don't give up on yourself, and if you lean on God in the process. Like, I know that it's hard. I know that it's hard. I know that it's hard. I know you probably want that man, but we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that, because you know what we're going to do? We're going to take our power back. We're going to realize who we are, and we are going to go after the things that we want in this lifetime, because if a mother can do it, anybody can do it, because we know that it's hard. As you know, posted my last few videos, I had a huge awakening this year of just like awakening to like what I really want to do, and praying about the things and fasting about the things, and God showing me the things. And now being at a point where I'm like fully just showing up in the gym, in my personal life, relationships. Just like at this point, we're done making excuses. We're done with all of the extraness. Like, now is the time to go full force for everything that we want in this life. And I feel like a few things that helped me, and a few things that were really necessary in my journey. One was taking the time to forgive myself. You guys, if I was so critical. I'm a very critical person when it comes to myself, and I was so disappointed in myself that forgiving myself took years. It took years to forgive myself, because I felt like, how could you have been so irresponsible? How could you have just not cared and just allowed this to become your life? And at the end of the day, guys, life is life, and a baby's our blessing. If you happen to get pregnant in a way that you never thought would be your reality, it is not a mistake. It's not a mistake. Your baby is absolutely meant to be here, and you should keep your baby, because God looks out for the babies and fools. And one thing that I have learned is that when you keep your kid, it's going to be the biggest blessing that you could have ever imagined in your life. My son adds so much joy to my life, so much meaning to my life. He gives me purpose. He's just like a light in my life, and I do not know, like, I couldn't imagine the reality being different. If I could go back in time, I would not go through it again. In the name of the Lord, I would not go through it again, but I would not change a thing. I would not change a thing, because that whole situation created me to be this woman that I am today. Every mistake, every crash out, every spiral, every bit of depression helped me to get here. The second thing I would say that was like, I really needed, and I could not, I kid you guys not, there has been so much that has transpired the past few years. I could not have made it and healed and grown from that situation without building a relationship with God. You guys, mind you, I gave you like a 3% out of a 50% story. There's so much more in there, but it was bad. You guys, this was a really tough and bad situation that I felt like some days I would wake up And I just would ask my friend, like, I don't think I can ever get over this. Like, I don't think I'll ever not be angry. I don't think I'll ever not hate this person. I don't think I'll ever be happy in my life again with how much hatred and like depression I feel in my heart. Y'all, this was like serious. This was not a little pat on the back. Like, this was like, took me clean out. And during this time of like, there was no more self-discovery. I felt like I was trying to force myself to go back to who I used to be and trying to like fit my new Chrysteene as a mother, as a woman, with this whole different like biology to get back into who Chrysteene was, and it just wasn't working. I felt so awkward. I felt so out of place. I felt like, oh my God, I don't even know how to feel like myself, because I just don't. I'm depressed. I'm a mom. I'm trying to like brace myself for the fact that my dreams are over. Like, I don't even know what to do. And that is when I met God. That is when I met God, guys. And realized that my life wasn't over. And even if I saw, you know, my life going a different way, it didn't mean that my chances were gone because of my mistakes and my rebellion at the time. So if you're at a point in your pregnancy or postpartum, or maybe you've been a mom for years, when you're rebuilding yourself, we can feel the need to go backwards to who we used to be. But I believe that babies and pregnancy and all the things are meant to get us on a path that we're actually supposed to be on, and that God actually wants us to pursue. It's not for you to go back, it's for you to go forward, but this time to walk with him and include him in your plans. Because at the end of the day, guys, I know that we can do anything that we want in this lifetime, and we can chase all of the things. We can chase the money, we can chase the people, the relationships, the opportunities, what looks like the life. But you are here for an assignment, and you are here to fulfill that and serve through your life, however that is meant to be. And so it's important when you're at a point of rock bottom, and when you're at a point of feeling lost and confused and depressed, and just at a point that you don't even know what's going on, to include God in that, so that we don't keep making the same mistakes, and we don't just waste our time, and we don't waste our time building things that we're not supposed to build, and pursuing careers and pursuing relationships and pursuing all of this stuff that we're not even meant to have, which gets us in more pain and more trauma and all of the things. We are meant to propel and go forward. So honestly, wherever you are in your life, if that's a prayer, if that's a devotional, if that's just talking to God like I'm talking to you on YouTube right now, just do it. Like, there is no formula to it. It's just about being genuine and being honest and being transparent, and just building a relationship like you would any friend. That is what helped me through, okay? So enough of the sad stuff, enough of the backstory. Let's get into some things that I feel like have really helped me to just find identity, and to just like feel more comfortable as a woman now that I'm a mother. It's going to take a while to heal. It's going to take a while to feel like yourself. I'm not giving you a 1-2 how to be that girl type of video. This ain't that, because a lot of us we're just trying to survive. We're just trying to make it, okay? There is no 1-2. This may take years. This will take years. My son is almost 5 this year, and I'm still figuring it out. So be patient with yourself. But figuring out what it is as a mother, and this new vision for who you want to be. So with this, a lot of us don't know, because of all the busyness of life and work and motherhood and all of the things, and pouring ourselves into all of these different buckets. But getting clear about what you want in life. What is success to you? Success to you is so different from whatever somebody else may think. What is success to you? What would make you feel like you made it? What would make you feel like you're happy in relationships, in your career, and how you want to show up in motherhood, and how you want to show up in the world, and how you want to dress. All of these things are things to think about, and take your time with it. There's no reason to just create this list and just try to do it all overnight. It's going to take time, but getting clear about a vision. Okay, now that this is my new life, now that this is my new reality, what feels like success and what feels good for me being this new woman? Would I like to start saving up to move somewhere? Would I like to... There's a million questions you can ask yourself, guys, but seriously, what is the vision for your life I can take to get to this? So what I've figured out, I have my vision, but there's so many different umbrellas. Like, this is the umbrella, and there's so many different streams of how we can do this. For me right now, it's showing up with, I know what my dreams are, so making goals specific to my dreams, and how, like, day by day things, weekly things that are attainable for me to get there. For me, you guys know that I'm trying to really grow on my socials, being consistent on YouTube, putting myself out there. So that's creating my content every week, that's editing, it's setting the schedule, it's waking up, it's going to the gym, it's eating healthier, planning my meals better, like all of that, right? I want to move into a better apartment, in a better place, buy a home. Setting goals for your credit, setting goals for saving, setting goals for how you're going to be spending your money, what sacrifices you're going to make. Maybe you need to start doing your own nails, you know, thinking about all of these things. Next, I would say would be take inventory of your life and the people in your life. Who makes you feel like you still have to show up? Who makes you feel like, who's in your life that makes you feel like you need to still show up as an old version of yourself that you don't want to be? This was something that, unfortunately, it sucked when I had to go through this phase of just like removing people, and people honestly just leaving out of my life who I thought would be there for life. But people who no longer align with the mother version of you and with the new vision that you have for your life and for your child, they gotta go. Even if that's your child's father, even if that's your best friend that you've been best friends with, even if that's family members. Like, we don't have time to be trying to evolve and to be trying to grow as a woman when the past is like holding us hostage. So creating your boundaries and getting firm on, this is what I will tolerate, this is what I won't tolerate. I will not stay in this unhealthy relationship just to keep the family going. You know what I mean? Like, I will not entertain this friendship that doesn't respect the fact that I'm a mother anymore, and they want me to still be the old me and still do the old things that even got me in this position in the first place. You know, so really taking inventory on who's in your life and eliminating. And it may be really isolating, it may be extremely lonely and depressing, but guys, again, we are it's no longer just about us. It is about shifting and becoming, like, I feel like motherhood just makes you more mission oriented, you know what I mean, and more vision oriented when it comes to something has to give, and I have to create a new life for us no matter what it takes. So it's going to take sacrifice, and it's going to be lonely, but guys, it's going to be so freaking worth it, because now I have people in my life who add so much value, who see me, who truly see me, who hold me accountable, who love me, and who help me grow. And I couldn't have done that with all of the people in my life who I was trying to hold on to before. So that's another thing that I would say has been really just like influential in my growth, is eliminating the wrong people and keeping the right people there and nurturing those relationships in my life. The other thing I would say, you guys, is confidence. You guys, this one is so big for me, because I feel like after I had my kid, there was no confidence. There was no confidence at all, not in my body, me accepting this new body that I have, these stretch marks, the fact that like I am a baby mama, like this was all such an adjustment, guys. I literally crumbled to the ground and was just hit rock bottom. I did not think I could come like I did not think that it was possible for me to ever not be that girl again, you know. And so when it comes to confidence, truly guys, the only person that's going to love you and believe in yourself the way that one possibly can is yourself. Whatever you say is not possible won't be possible, and whatever you do believe is possible will be possible. And to allow yourself to shed off the old and become the newest, it may take a long time guys, it may take time, but take the time to really nurture yourself and to take care of yourself and to forgive yourself and to heal and let God heal your heart, because it is not easy being a mom. You know what I mean? It's really not easy. So wherever you are in your life, in your journey, if you're just now finding out you're pregnant, or if you have kids who were 10 and 12 and 2, I really hope that this video finds you to let you know that my story isn't the only one that's devastating. And at any time in life, you always have the opportunity to rewrite your story and to be the author of your life. You guys, we all hit rock bottom. Life gets hard, but it's really not the end unless you want it to be the end. So I really hope that you take the time to pour into yourself, to heal, to grow, to challenge yourself to become a new woman, so that your children can have the best mom in the world, and one that went after her dreams, one that loves herself, one that fills her cup first, so that she has love and energy and the extra stuff to give everybody else. And I hope that this is the year that you take your power back, sis, and that you step into it, and that you just go after the things that you want in this life, because it's possible. No matter what your story was, no matter how your story is, you can overcome this, I promise. That's why I have this channel, guys, to show you guys that you can come back from anything, and that anything is possible with God. So my camera is actually about to die. I did want to make this video so much longer, but I have so much more to do today. But I love you guys. I hope you have a great week. I hope that this video resonates with you. If you have any questions, just reach out to the email in my bio, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.